Astronomy, truly a science without limits. But without two key ingredients, astronomy would not exist. One, of course, is the stars and planets at which astrologers gaze, and two, is a way of looking at those stars and planets closer. Enter the telescope, one of the most important developments in astronomy history. The telescope is believed to have been discovered in the early 1600s by a glasses maker from Holland, who by accident put together two lenses and found that they made objects appear closer. The glasses maker then put them together permanently and called it his looker, and sold the idea to his local government for a very good price. Galileo Galilei, a scientist who had been experimenting with weight, time and gravity, heard of this invention and soon made his own version with his own personal adjustments. He sold his telescope to merchants and other civilians and was very pleased with his commercial success. Afterwards, he went on developing his telescope and then started viewing the skies regularly. There are two main types of telescopes used to view the stars. The first is called a refracting telescope. When light enters the tube through the lens, the convex shape concentrates the light and in turn magnifies the image. Another convex lens facing the other way changes the light again before it reaches the eyepiece on the other end of the tube. This telescope is the one that was invented by Galileo. The second main type of telescope is the reflecting and was invented in the 1670s by Sir Isaac Newton. It works in a similar but different way to the refracting. Light enters a tube through a normal lens, but on reaching the back of the tube, it is reflected off a large concave mirror. This reflection is then reflected again off another smaller flat mirror before reaching the eyepiece. The first mirror focuses and magnifies the image, whilst the second changes the direction to the eyepiece. Also, the larger and more polished the first mirror, the further the telescope can view. The reason for it being called a reflecting telescope is because of its use of mirrors to change the direction of the light and magnify the image. One thing is certain. Without the ability to cut concave and convex lenses, both these telescopes would not exist. This was one of the hardest problems for the early astronomers to overcome. After nearly 400 years' development, the telescope is still changing. Scientists are looking even now at creating bigger and more powerful telescopes that can be used to view the stars and planets at massive distances away. Since the advancement of computers, we are now able to type into a telescope coordinates, and the telescope will change direction and height so that we can view that particular place in space. The possibility for development in the field of astronomy is endless, and without a telescope, all that potential is completely useless.